Everybody, welcome to our Tech Spotlight series. We're excited to have Eve with us today, talking about the Orcam stuff. And I promised her I would not spend a lot of time, and I'm not going to. I am Mike Murata, the director of the ATAC Center. We're excited that you're here with us today for our new series where we kind of focus on specific tools. We were just talking about the idea that a lot of the webinars we run tend to be the bigger kind of concept webinars, tools, the bigger concepts and how you match people's needs to technology. But then we recognize there are moments where you need to know some of the things that are out there. And so we've got ourselves this nice little series of half-hour webinars where you get a chance to hear from the individuals who provide those tools so that you get a better sense of what they are and how they might help you meet your needs. And so with that, I will stop talking and I will turn it over to Eve. Eve, thank you for being here today, and I'm looking forward to hearing everything.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here, and thank you to DRNJ, the ATAC Center, for having me. And I'm going to jump here to share my screen. And let me just get to that. 1 second. Here we go. Okay. So let me just get it to the beginning here.
Eve, we're seeing a screen with the Zoom window, not the presentation, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Let me try again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are we seeing it now?
No, now we're not seeing anything.
Okay, even better, huh?
I really do. We're hitting a home run so far, everybody. Here we come.
Let me start again here. I had it all set up before. Okay, I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Okay, let me try again now. Brought it open.
There you go.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
So I'm here to introduce Orcam technology and the Orcam Read specifically today. And as you know, I'm Eve Posner. As Mike introduced me, I have been a New Jersey Orcam rep since 2018. I really love this job because it allows me to meet so many interesting people and to provide them with an option of something that may be helpful to them. And I've really been energized by doing this work, so I do it very enthusiastically. We offer free in-person and virtual demos in addition to going out into the field to support groups, working with eye doctors, getting referrals from them, and doing obviously things like this or expos. Wherever there's an opportunity, we're happy to try and meet people. You can follow me for news and updates on social media. That would be on getorcam.com, GETORCAM, for different pieces of information. Just to give you a little bit of background on the company itself, called Orcam, ORCAM. It's based in Jerusalem, Israel, and their motto is "Our Vision, Empowering People." A little bit of a timeline is to give you an idea of the arc of how this technology started. In 2010, Orcam was founded over in Jerusalem, Israel. 2013, they started testing on devices for visually impaired and blind individuals. 2015, 2 years later, the first device was launched. It was called Orcam MyI. It was a wearable device on glasses with a base unit attached by a cable. 3 years later, they launched Orcam MyI2, which had more advanced features, and that was also multilingual, so it was launched in over 40 countries. And 2020, right in the beginning of the pandemic, MyI2 Pro with even more advanced features became wireless, and also Orcam Read, the one I'm going to focus on today, was launched. And just to give you a little snippet of information about the founders, they're Israeli innovators, Dr. Amnon Shashua and Mr. Ziv Aviram, who are co-founders of another company called MobileEye, which focuses on vehicles and computer vision. So currently MobileEye is the worldwide collision avoidance system leader and autonomous driving innovator. Their software's in millions of cars worldwide. Maybe even some of you have it without realizing it. It's all the beeping, it's the rigidity on the wheel, etc. So while they were working on the computer vision technologies for cars, the idea was sparked and brought them on this path to Orcam itself. So we understand that assistive technology is very personal. It's not one size fits all. And that's what I like about the Orcam devices, is that they're customizable to the needs and desires of the user. There are features that can be adjusted and customized for what a person is seeking. The flagship product was called the MyI2 Pro, is called the MyI2 Pro. I'm just showing a photo of it here now, and a woman wearing it on her eyeglasses. So the way it works is we put a magnetic mount on the eyeglass frame up by the temple of the person's on the side of their face, and then the magnets on the Orcam just hold on to that mount, and it rests there. It can be worn for multiple hours because it's very lightweight. It weighs about half of an ounce, so really lightweight. It has a microphone for speaking to it. It has high definition camera in the front, so when somebody's wearing it, the camera is facing forward to whatever direction their face is looking toward. So that's what the camera will see. The individual takes a picture of whatever is in the environment, and then instantaneously, within about 2 seconds, they hear audio feedback, which tells them what's there. So it's like, I like to call it artificial eyes, and it's hands-free, so that a person doesn't really need to be using their hands. They could be holding a book, typing, or doing something else like cooking while using this device. Today, I want to focus a little bit more on the Orcam Read because fewer people know about it. It's the device that I mentioned came out in 2020. It's handheld. It is the similar principle. It's a smart digital camera that you aim toward whatever you want to read. You hold it steady like a regular camera so that the picture won't be blurry, and take a picture by pressing on a button on the top edge. And again, within a few seconds, the camera will convert whatever it sees into audio and speak to the person. So what is Orcam Read? A handheld AI-driven smart camera, which instantly reads text off any surface with just the press of a button. So for example, it'll read books, newspapers, computer screens, signs at a distance, and more. The user will listen aloud via the device's mini speaker with wired or Bluetooth earbuds or headphones. And this device can capture a whole page, so a whole 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, or it can read a section. I often get the question, can it read a full page in my book? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Some of the features of the device: it reads instantly, as I mentioned, all kinds of the things in the environment with text on them. It works everywhere. One of the huge benefits of this device is that it's wireless and it doesn't need any internet connection. So it can be really used on the go when somebody's in the back of ShopRite, on an airplane, walking on the street. It's just internet free. And easy to use. As I said, you just point it at any kind of text printed on paper or digital, click the button, and that's it. So we find users with all kinds of tech adeptness, from kids who are super good at technology use to older adults who find this very easy to use. As I mentioned, it has Bluetooth, so you can connect it to a speaker, headphones, or earphones. Speed read. So this is one of the customizable features I was mentioning earlier that can be basically tailored to what a person needs. If they're reading material that's heavy and more needs to get trudged through, they can slow it down. If they need that for their learning, they can slow down the reading rate um, to, I think it starts at 180 words per minute, but I'd have to verify, and up to 300 words per minute. Has laser guidance. So as the button's pressed, there's an option of one of two laser guidance formats. It can be an arrow or a text block, which is like a little bit of frames, 4 little corners to make a frame. So you can tell the device what block of text to read, specifically like a paragraph, or choose from where to begin. Maybe you want to begin mid-page and just go down from there. It also has full page capture, which means that it will read, as I said earlier, like a full page in a book, 8.5 by 11, a full screen on a computer. So this is unlike some other devices where you have to scan line by line. Orcam Read captures the full page with one click of the button. So once that picture is taken, there's no need to scan. And again, as I mentioned, it's portable. Smart reading is another really cool function that's built into the Orcam devices. It's an advanced feature that increases reading efficiency. So using voice commands, the user can tell the Orcam Read what to read or where to start, for example. So this, in this case, the voice commands are used in place of the laser guidance that we heard about previously. So what do I mean? For example, on a menu, you can say, find chicken to the Orcam Read, and all the items in view with the word chicken in them will be read in context with surrounding words in the sentence. So let's say it's Caesar salad. It could be romaine lettuce with grilled chicken, croutons, Parmesan cheese, ... So it'll read the whole thing, not just the word chicken in isolation. Or for example, with a student, if the teacher assigns question number 3, the student can say, start from question number 3 and skip over all the preceding text, thereby targeting the reading material they want just by speaking. So you can sort of get a feeling of how it makes somebody a more efficient reader, even a sighted and other type of reader. Smart reading creates endless interactive possibilities, again, in a customized way to improve reading speed and comprehension. A little bit of product information, the hard facts. It's a pen-sized, lightweight device that is about 5 inches long, like a big highlighter marker. It's about 1 inch tall and 1/2 inch wide at its widest point. It weighs 1.5 ounces. It has a rechargeable battery with 4 hours of continuous use, though there is an option for a sleep mode, which will extend the life of the battery. Camera is high def, it's 13 megapixels, so it captures a lot of small detail. And connectivity is Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi is only in the case of for software downloads, but not on a regular basis. As I mentioned, it's not needed. So again, Wi-Fi would be used for software updates. Who's it for? Orcam Read is for lots of people. Some ideas to give you are students with IEPs, learning differences, and auditory learners. I personally have many students who are using the Orcam Read for help in school, and they range in age from 8 years old through college, and have only heard positive things about how it's helping them be more independent in their learning. I'll speak more about that specifically in a few minutes. Adults with reading disabilities, such as from low vision or age-related vision loss. It's also for people who get reading fatigue, muscle tension headaches, or people with large amounts of material to read. People with traumatic brain injury use this, stroke, or other physical limitations. And the voice commands that I mentioned earlier through smart reading are great for people who have physical limitations. And we even have a clamp accessory now that can hold the device. So if somebody has range of motion issues, fine motor control limitations, this device can be used by them if they can speak to it. And lastly, any age with mild to moderate visual impairment is a candidate. Now I'm going to do an Orcam Read demo. So this is going to be me. I'm now going to hold my Orcam Read in my right hand like a pen because I'm right-handed. It can be held in either hand. And my right forefinger is by where her pinky is on this slide. I'm touching that round button at the front of the device. I'm aiming the camera at my computer screen. I'm going to take a picture of the next slide, and we're going to listen to it read the slide. Let me just make sure there we go. Oh, sorry, I had it on Bluetooth. I just wanted to connect to Bluetooth audio device. 1 second. Audio devices, please try again. Okay, I just had to turn on my speaker so you all can hear the audio better. Okay, I think it's on. So now I'm gonna aim the camera. I'm holding it steady. I'm about 10 inches away from my computer screen, and I wanna hear it read this this slide to us. On the device or through head or earphones. Orcam Read is the most efficient smart pen on the market, with speed reading and the only one with full page capture. It is designed for all ages and does not require an internet connection. Okay, sorry, the Bluetooth didn't.
Bluetooth audio device Omega Boom connected.
Of course it works now. Okay, so I hope you heard that. If not, I'll redo it. I just want to get through the slides, but I'm happy to do another sample of that. Just a quick review for educators. What I was saying earlier is the things that we've heard in terms of the feedback from people in education is that this has been improving the learning curve by enabling more effective reading and improving student comprehension. It's decreasing dependence on others for reading assistance. I had a number of students using Orcam devices during the pandemic when it was only remote learning, and got so much positive feedback from the parents. And it improves classroom safety by eliminating power cords and bulky systems, decreases distractions for the students using it. Orcam Read is small with the earphones, so they're focused on the audio output. It can help improve learning outcomes and may reduce the need for multiple accommodations per student. And benefits for students, promoting independence, enabling the students to read in class at the same time as others, including things like whiteboards, textbooks, worksheets, posters, and even ID badges that are smaller. Helps with navigation by reading door and hallway signs, enables students to read homework with minimal parent assistance. It's small, comfortable, and discreet in comparison to other wearables. And most importantly, I think, is that it improves morale, self-confidence, and stimulates the drive to learn. And that's what we're really all about. Privacy, just a quick review. Orcam respects and protects privacy. It doesn't record any photos or videos. It's a standalone unit. Nothing is sent to the cloud. Data isn't collected by Orcam. It's only available for personal use of the user of the device. And it's approved by schools for schoolwork and test taking, which is terrific because then kids can do things independently. Trying an Orcam in person, we have demo days scheduled throughout New Jersey. And the nice thing is that attendees of our demo days receive a discount on purchase. And for information, people can contact me to find out about those. Again, Eve Posner, my phone number, and this will all be in the recording if somebody needs to access it later on. The website has much more information. Get Orcam, GETORCAM.com. And now I'm going to answer any questions, and I'm going to stop sharing the slides so you can see me. Hopefully that works. Okay.
Thanks, Eve. Anybody who has questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to come on mic and turn your microphone on, that's fine too. We have a few minutes before we're done, so please feel free.
I'm wondering if anybody who's here today is a student or an educator or a parent of a student who might be wondering about this for that use, or even anybody who's here today that may know someone or they may themselves have vision loss or vision impairment. It's really the two main groups that we see using this, though I do have others, who fall in between. One of the main questions I get is it covered by insurance? And as you may guess or may not, the answer is generally no, though there are times when people have a low vision benefit. So then I would have to say, ask your benefits coordinator and see if you have that, because there are some companies in New Jersey, for example, AT&T had it for employees. And there are other kinds of payment plans that are available. There's a wonderful thing, not just for Orcam, but for all kinds of assistive and adaptive equipment through the National Disability Institute, which I could tell somebody about. It's a great program for that. Okay, so here I see something. Crashing the party. Well, welcome Michigan. I'll be there next week. He's crashing from Michigan. But we do service people all over the country, and that is definitely something. We have representatives all over the country and in other states. The devices that we sell in the US automatically are bilingual with English and Spanish. You can add on other languages should you have the desire for that. Hi, Laureen. Does it read environmental print? In other words, labels on cans, boxes, etc.? Other readers are not successful with these types of reading. Wondering if this is a better option. Yes, absolutely, Laureen. So that's a great question. Thank you for bringing it up. It does read all kinds of consumer products, things that are in the bathroom, in the kitchen. A lot of people like to take it to the grocery store when they're shopping and use it for that purpose. It can read really small print, like all the way down.
Bluetooth audio device, Omega Boom connected.
Sorry. All the way down to things like a candy bar, like in the text on a candy bar. I have a bottle. I have terrible mosquito bites right now, not to do too much personal information, but I have this bottle of anti-itch cream. So I'm just going to show you that, Laureen. I'm going to aim my device at the label and I'm going to take a picture, and let's hear what it says. Original,
Sama, camphor 0.5%. Menthol 0.5%, external analgesic lotion, and the ITCH relieves itching associated with. Okay, I'm going to stop it, but that's to your question. That's how it works, and it's a real huge help.
Great question. I always think devices like this, and when I think about some of these tools that individuals use that are employing a camera to snap a picture of text and read it, I always think of these tools as being so much more, Eve, than a reading tool in a classroom. But it is that kind of, it goes to Laureen's comment. They're kind of like life accommodations. It's how does it work in the community? How does it allow me to interact with the text that I see all the time when I'm out and about? And I love that. That's a great question and a great example of how that worked. So thank you. Yeah. That was awesome.
And another example along those lines is a lot of people take this to, I had a customer, he's a retired lawyer in New Jersey, and he took this to a big family event at a restaurant. They were sitting around a round table. He pulled this out to read the menu.
Mhm.
And everybody looked at him, what is that? So he was very proud to, talk about it and share. But yeah, I mean, it's literally something that you can take anywhere and enjoy, on the go, access to to varying size of text.
Yeah.
I have even here something very small, like a business card. I'll show you. Here's a business card. People always say, well, how do you read the small stuff? That's kind of what I was talking about. Again, I'm going to show you now. When I press the button, you'll see the red arrow, which is the laser guidance that I talked about. Hopefully you all can see it. I'm just going to press the button with my forefinger here at the front and let go.
Timothy Henson, Business Development Manager, 772-262-9637. Timothy.henson@brightstarcare.com.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it. But again, take it with me. Click a button if I jiggle my hand, or if I shake a little bit, if I have some kind of tremor, then I can redo the picture. It doesn't store all the photos that are in here, so it's limitless. I can take as many pictures as I want. Again, it's rechargeable battery. We have the ability to rewind and fast forward, so I can navigate through text. I can use my voice, as I said earlier. So there's a lot of ways to accommodate different types of needs with one device. So again, we're offering a lot of demo days this summer throughout the state. We can also do virtual demos and show it to people like this initially, if that's something that they're interested in. They don't have to physically meet if that's an issue. So we try to accommodate people as best we can, at least to get the conversation going. There's a lot of questions about Orcam. We have lots of videos available on YouTube and more on the website getorcam.com. Any other questions? You guys are so quiet. Happy to answer any. There's no silly questions.
That's Eve saying that. I feel like there's probably silly questions, but I don't think from this group. This looks like a solid group. Please, anything you'd like to ask, as we have a couple more minutes before we wrap up. Happy to hear from you about anything. Hey, Brian, something tells me Brian's going to ask. If he turns his camera on, he's going to ask a question. Let's see.
Well, not only a question, but Eve and I have done some work together, and I actually placed it in the hands of a student with low vision in a middle school, and it's worked out really well. So I think that there's lots of opportunities. But I was thinking too, is that, I think that, I know I've spoken about this with other folks, is that I think schools should have these types of tools or resources available to them that they can trial, with students. Especially with so many students being classified as dyslexic or specific learning disability, because it is, as you said, it's a kind of a life-altering kind of tool for a lot of students who have trouble with, with accessing text. So I think it's really important for schools to at least explore the possibility. It may not be right for every student, but there could be some that it makes a really big difference in their, trajectory in terms of what they plan on doing.
Yeah, Brian, it's an interesting idea, that whole thought of looking at tools that maybe are not necessarily smartphone based, because there's still this kind of, in a school, this fear of a smartphone being anywhere near anyone at any time. Right. And it's nice to have that as an option to demonstrate.
And also, as Eve said, it's not connected to the internet. It's
right.
Not collecting information. And, I know that, a lot of IT people and teachers and parents are concerned about that. So that really gives you the freedom to use it wherever you are. You're not locked into a space that only has internet. So that's a really powerful feature.
Yeah, and I can tell you, one of the college students who I worked with who was blind said to me that she didn't want to use up her cell phone battery for reading, because she wanted her phone available for safety, call somebody, for other purposes.
Yeah.
So there's different ways to look at it. But thanks for your comment, Brian. That's very, very helpful reminder. And I would love for more schools to have it as a resource.
Right. Awesome. Anyone else? We'll throw a last call for questions. We go forward. Eve, give out
Okay.
your email and your website one more time.
Sure. The website has the contact info, obviously. It's getorcam.com, getorcam.com, or getorcam@gmail. And we're happy to meet with anybody and, do further demoing or discussion. So looking forward to hearing from anybody who came today. Thank you
Awesome.
for
Thank you so
coming.
much. And as always, we're the Disability Rights New Jersey, the Assistive Technology Advocacy Center. Check out our website at at4nj.org. Even if you're from Michigan, check out our website anyway. We have a lot of things listed there that we would be happy to have you guys join us for. And with that, I will say enjoy the rest of your day. Eve, thank you so much.
Sure.
Everyone,
Thank
thanks
you.
for spending some time with us today. And we hope to see you at a future event. Thanks.
Thank you so
Take care.
much.